Hi, Diane. Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. Let me get a drink of water. Okay. Diane, you're the first one here as usual. And Jane's here. Hi, Jane. Yes, it's very cool here today, but it's a beautiful day, beautiful fall day. And let me tell you, I don't know why I haven't looked into this watercolor painting long time ago. I have been engrossed in this all last evening and most of today. Yes, it's a whole new thing to learn. I love it. Yeah, I'll show you my first masterpiece. It's not done yet. It's just a little practice thing. Oh, Jane, what happened on eBay? Yeah, Jane is going to share something about eBay. I've sold some more things, surprisingly enough. I went on and I did a whole lot of, well, not a whole lot. I sent out about 20 really low offers on things I've had for a long, long time. And those are just offers to watchers. And so far I've gotten two things back, two sales out of it. But I'm going to continue to do that. I can never find out how old things are anymore because once you start doing sell similar, it gives the things a whole new number and a whole new date. So none of my things have the original date that I had put it on. I can sort of tell by the background though. Hi, Cindy. Yes, I have sold actually 3 things in the last day. So up until then, I only sold 4 things, and then I sold 2 more, and then I'm going to sort of count the one I sold late last night that was really dated today, but we're going to count that. So actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 things. 6 things, and then I sold something else that I'm going to start the week off. And I'll have a ship with me tomorrow. And it's my highest price thing. I'll tell you what it is, but I'll bundle it up tomorrow. You know, there's no mail tomorrow. It's Columbus Day. So, yeah, there's no mail. Oh, Jane says, to reach a live rep, go to the auto chat. Tell them to transfer you to a live agent in 2 to 5 minutes, they'll call you. I've done that before and I've never gotten a call back. I know you can go to that chat thing that's on the side here and you talk to, I think it's an AI thing. But I never got to talk to a live agent for at least a year, maybe longer. Did you get to talk to a live person? Did you try it? Uh, yeah, right. Check they have if they have your number. Or I would just put my number right there. Everybody has. Well, they must have my number. It's on my eBay account. I'll check though. You've talked to them many times to a live person. Huh. Well, I must be doing something wrong because I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody for a year. Maybe my number is, maybe for some reason it's my old number on there. I will check on that. Well, that's good to know. Yes, I only got one. Uh, like I said, I had 6 eBay sales, and I only had one Poshmark sale. Of course, I didn't have any for a long time, so I have one on here. And I don't think I put it up there either. We'll have to add it at the end. Ah, yes, thank you for telling me that. Yes, I have several things drafted that I've been putting on. Uh, and then like I said, I went on and I lowered about 20 things so far. I'm going to do a lot more of the oldest items that I can remember having. And I put them on really low prices. Uh, so we'll see. It should get something started, I would hope. But yeah, I've been fussing with my little watercolors. I showed you the watercolor pan that I got. It had a whole lot of watercolor colors in it. If I was to buy another one, I wouldn't get that many watercolors colors. You don't need that many. You can mix almost any color. If you have basic colors, you can mix, you know, all those in between colors. You don't need them in a pan. They just sort of get in the way. So I would get a pan of maybe, I don't know, dozen colors or so. But if you remember the one I got, I don't have it here. Um, it had lots and lots of colors, all different shades, but you don't need that. My daughter's all intrigued about the watercoloring now too. I'm following a girl. There's several people give little tutorials and little shorts on how to do watercolor. And they're all very good. And there's one in particular. Now, I should have written down her name because it's Emma something. She has long, sort of reddish auburn hair, and she's sort of funny. But she does just great teaching jobs of the watercolor. But anyway, I'm going to follow along all her tips and how to learn watercolor. And they're short little lessons, and I'm going to follow along. At the end of after I show you what I sold, I think I have my photos pulled up, and I'll show you how this one started. And this is in the second phase, and then I'll show you that. That's the one thing about watercolor. You can work wet on wet. You can work wet on dry, or you can work, you know, keep your watercolors basically pretty dry, just a little bit, like dry on dry. But the wet on wet is great fun. That's what I've never done before, because I never painted in watercolor. I've always painted in either oil or acrylics, and those don't bleed, into each other. That's the one thing about watercolor that makes it so much fun. It does different things, but you have to just learn to control it. So it's a whole thing I'm going to learn. Yeah. So let me show you the few things that I have sold. I'll share my screen and we'll go over those first. And of course, this isn't the right screen. Let me try this again. I have to click on the right thing up here. Okay, let's try this again. Well, for some reason it won't pull up. It's down below where you can see, and you can't move this first screen. So it's just the graft. That's okay. We'll go to the first thing I sold. The first thing I sold was a pair of Ralph Lauren polo Preston pants, and these are men's. Let me make this bigger. These are men's, size 30 by 28. They had the black pony on, the insignia, and those sold for $24.64. Or wait, maybe they didn't. No, I have the card here. They sold for $18 best offer. I'm sorry. So those are the first things, and they sold last Sunday evening. Okay, the next thing I sold was this little Nanette Lepore lavender floral little cap sleeve blouse. And that sold for $16.14, and that is a sale price, the 15% off sale price. These were on my, oh no, they weren't. I didn't have ship with me videos last week because I wasn't selling hardly anything. The next thing, and that Nanette Lepore sold on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, these sold. This is these long shorts. I didn't even know what to call these. They're not exactly capris. They're like right at the knee. They're by Larry Levine. They're a dark purple. I called them dress shorts, but I don't know. They sold for the sale price of $16.14 also. Okay, now today or yesterday on Saturday, I sold this blouse by Torrid. This is one of the ones that Samantha gave me. She gave me 3 of the same blouse. They're in different colors. This is the black one. She gave me a purple one and I think a pink one. I'm not sure. But this is the black one. It has 3/4 sleeves. It's a pullover blouse in a real silky type fabric. Uh, Roll tab 3/4 sleeves. And this sold for sale price of $14.44. Okay, now Saturday also, I sold this Charter Club flannel nightgown for $12.74. And this had been, I forget where I got this. I think I bought this at Goodwill. I'm not sure. Now, after I put those sales on, I got this. Somebody sent back a decline. I put this on for $9. This Western Wrangler 20X. It's called 20X Wrangler. It's a button-up shirt. It's a linen blend with short sleeves. I had it for $16.99, and I sent out offers to the watchers. There was only a couple watchers, and for $9. These are the things I want to just, get sales on, because I've had them a long time. So this same person that bought it, first of all, sent back a decline. He didn't want the offer. Then a couple hours later, he sent me a note that he's changed his mind. He'll take it for $9. Well, the problem is I couldn't go on there while there was still an offer out to somebody else and change the price or put a best offer on. So there was a place on there that I didn't see at first that said that you can offer it back to him. So I did. I offered it back to him at $9, and he bought it. So it was a lot of wrangling around to get that sale, but he did get it. So that's going out. So the one I got today, the sale I got today is was that French corset. It's a real corset with boning in and everything, and it has the little straps to hook onto the nylons. I had a lot of interest in that when I first put it on. I put it on, I think, for $55. And I got a lot of interest in, but a lot of low offers that I didn't take. So then I stopped getting offers. And finally I got another. It was on sale for $50.14 or something like that. And somebody sent me an offer for $45, and I took it. And that was today. And I'll show that in a ship with me tomorrow. It's a good start for tomorrow. Of course, it won't get shipped out. None of these things that sold Saturday or today will get shipped out till Tuesday. So let me show you the numbers for this week. I thought it would be much worse than this. The total sales numbers, now I don't think this is right because this is including that corset now. So let me get to my page here. Those numbers aren't right. For eBay, the total sales was $127.41, and the net sales are $65.96. And the average selling price for eBay was $21.24. So this is including tomorrow's the sale I got today of that corset. But Yeah, they're counting it. Of course, it's because it's a Sunday sale, really. So let me get back here. And the Poshmark sale, of course, was only one thing and it sold for $16. So that was the average price, $16. And I netted $12.80. So if you just count the things minus that corset, like I have listed here, the total sales that went to my bank, the total net sales was $78.76. Uh, yeah, so still not good. Let me see who this is. This may be Bumblebee because she is not here. Uh, she's watching on her phone. So let me tell her that I saw that. Okay. She'll see it on here because she's watching. Yeah. You can talk to her. She's here. So let me share my screen and see if I can get to my picture of my how the watercolor started. I don't know if I can do that or not. No, it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me go there. So never mind. I'll show it to you how it is now. It started without the tree line. Let me just tell you. It's you start with it's this heavy watercolor paper. It's very heavy. And I taped it down along the edges. That's why you'll see a border. And then I just washed it with wet paint, very wet paint, and it sort of bleeds into each other. And the first thing was it was without the trees. Okay, it was just the colors, the sky colors, and then this ground color. So then, when it's still wet, you can start putting dabs of green along here, and it bleeds like the leaves of a pine tree, like the pine needles. And then it's dry now, so I could go back there and sort of dry, uh, add some trees in front of that would look much more real because they wouldn't bleed. But this is so much fun how this coloring bleeds and makes all kinds of things. You have to learn how it does that, though. But that's just my first playing around thing. But I'm going to do her lessons. I've never painted flowers and leaves and things like that. I always painted just animals. Uh, so this will be all new to me. Plus, the medium is completely new. So I'll show you things as I go along. She also was doing some dogs, some like cartoony dogs. And I immediately went to my sketchbook because I often sketch dogs. And I just spent the last hour probably pencil sketching, not watercolor. I was just pencil sketching some dogs. Uh, yeah. So her name is Emma something. I can't think of her full name. Let me pull it up on my phone.
Focus this just on the left corner. I got something very exciting in the mail. I know what's inside, but I don't know exactly. Oh. Sparkly. Way down.
Okay.
I got something very exciting. in the mail.
Andrea
I know what's
Nelson
inside,
art.
But like I don't know exactly.
But
oh,
that's not how she says it on YouTube. On YouTube,
Way down
she
in
calls
all those
herself
sparkles
Emma
is
something.
a very special book.
But this is what she.
This is from
I can
Lacey.
hardly
She
see
sent
it.
gold
This is
stars.
what she looks
She
like.
said, "You're doing great. I encourage you to give yourself a star.
She has
Next
that
time you complete
reddish
your task
hair.
list, respond to an email or make. You can paint this in 10 minutes, and it's perfect to give away for like a thank you or a birthday or a just whatever.
But she does all kinds of things,
You know
and
what
you
it
can
is.
follow along
Watercolor
with her.
paints. First, we're going to do the rounded
And she's so
center
much
part
fun.
of the flower.
So yeah, you should look at her. Look at her lessons. So that's who I'm gonna. There's a couple on there that are really good. Good teachers, probably. Yes, Renee Gregory. No, wait. Can't be Renee Gregory. That's you.
I'm thinking 2 flowers.
Andrea
and yellow
Nelson.
ochre to start with. These are going to be little half
No,
circle
not
shapes.
Renee.
While it's
Andrea
still wet,
Nelson.
We're going to add a little bit of reddish brown.
Yeah. But you'll recognize her when you see her. She has a lot of shorts out on YouTube. And she also has long, regular lessons too. So, yeah. I'd love if somebody was doing this with me here. My dog still does not believe there's nothing in the chicken coop. She's still going out there and flipping the lids of the nesting boxes. I've lifted them up and she's even looked in there and there's nothing in there. I've opened the door of the coop and she hasn't gone into the coop. I thought she'd jump right in there. It's like elevated 2 steps, but she hasn't gone in there. I don't want to keep it open because I haven't cleaned it all out yet. But yeah, she's still, of course, it's the scent, I'm sure. She's sure something is in there. I talked to my handyman who is back from his trip, and he will come out here this next week and we will start cleaning things up. And I think it's about time I can have him start cleaning up my garden. Although things aren't, I usually wait till things die off a little bit and it's much easier to clean out. So I'll probably wait for that. But I think for supper tonight, I'm going to cook an acorn squash and have some turkey burgers. Yeah. I have lots of peppers left. Squash. I have squash and pretty much the cucumbers. They're pretty much too old. And now I have no chickens to eat them, so they're just going to go by the wayside, I guess. I should cut them open and put them back in the woods. I'm sure something will eat them. If anybody has ever thought of getting those window bird feeders for your window and you didn't think it would work, Samantha helped me and we put one up on my window out in the family room. It's right next to the window that I can open. So I'll be able to fill it all winter just by opening that window, reaching out and filling it. There are birds on there all the time. I could fill it 3 times a day. They're not at all afraid to come to it. It took them maybe a week or so to find it and finally get there. If you sprinkle some seed under it on the ground, they'll eventually find it. And I have bushes out from there where they can land and then go on to the bird feeder. So, yeah. So I'm really thrilled with it. Even some big birds have jumped up on it, and it's still staying on the window. It's not just suction cups. It's a certain type of a glue that you peel off of the holders and put on the window first. And then you hook the bird feeder onto it. So this must be really strong. We'll see how it does in the freezing weather. But I'm hoping it stays up, because that's basically, I want it for the winter. But anyway, that is what I sold this week. At least I got some more sales yesterday. And I'm going to, when I get off here, I'm going to go back on and send out some more offers to watchers from really old, some of my older things. And I think I went on Poshmark and lowered a couple things, but I have to go on there. I have to go on Poshmark. I think they just sent me a notice that I can go on and lower prices. Now, Bumblebee, you'll have to text me. Is today one of the days I can go there and the lower, they get a lower shipping cost if I lower my prices? I can offer a lower shipping cost. So we'll see. I have to do that. I've been so busy with my new hobbies. But my sales end today, so I'm going to go on and put really fantastic sales on my old items on eBay, especially. And on Poshmark, I'll go and see some of the older things are on Poshmark too. So that is all I have for you today. Maybe I can get my daughter interested in doing the watercolor too. I don't know. You get emails to lower your price by 10. You can lower it at least 10%. You can lower it lower than that if you want. And then they give the buyer cheaper shipping. The email is only good for like 6 hours on Poshmark. Okay. Yeah, I got that notice too. I'll have to go on and see if Bumblebee's answering me here. Yes, it's closet clear out. That's what it's called. Closet clear out today. So I will be doing that too. So I guess I better put my paintbrush down and take care of business here. So I will be back on tomorrow morning with a ship with me video. And yeah. So even if it's that one thing, I'll come back on. So I'm going to close for now, go make my supper, and I will see you all during the week on my videos. Hopefully I'll have sales. So bye-bye.